Hey, I'm Madison Mary and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my Smutathon vlog. So it is currently December 18th and that means it is the beginning of Smutathon, the weekend edition. If you didn't see my TBR for Smutathon, I actually did my first spin for that because the way that Smutathon works is that this round you have a wheel and each slice of the wheel has a prompt on it and that's like what you have to read. So for my first spin I ended up getting Forced Proximity, and for that I'm reading Mile High by B. Cranford. This is about a woman who just divorced her husband or broke up with her boyfriend and a guy, and they're sitting next to each other on an airplane and it's about them hitting it off. And that's all I know. So without further ado, I'll let the vlog officially start. Bye! Ah! Okay. So, I can't move right now because she's lying in me, so if I move, she'll wake up and get displaced. And also, we now have the shitty lighting of the orange, but that's just how it's going to be for just this clip. I promise the other clips will be normal again. I just finished it, okay? And I knew it was a duet. I knew it was a duet, okay? But it leaves off literally in the middle of a conversation. In the middle of a conversation! Who does that? Who does that? It was like literally, I can't even. I've never had a novella or a novel or anything cliffhang like this before. Literally it takes up until 70% through this book until like sexy stuff happens, which was actually really nice because it made a build up for everything. But they're like doing stuff because you know that they are on an airplane. It's called Mile High for a reason. They haven't had sex. And then they're about to have a conversation and then it just whomp ends. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm so annoyed that it literally, and it says I'm only 81% through the book. Like, it still says I have 21 minutes left. Yeah, so if I click on it, like it's a little teaser, but come on, that's so, I'm so annoyed. So I'm gonna wait to like properly rate all these until the end, because what I found before is when I do these vlogs where I read a bunch of romances and a bunch of novellas at once, it's easier to read them the more you read at once to kind of then get a gist and like a feel of how you want to place them on a rank. So at the moment I'm going to place at the top because obviously it's only what I've read, but I really did like it. It's at least a 4-star, like it's really good. It's just annoying that, you know, it's 116 pages, but only 80% of that is the actual book. But yeah, no, I really like this, and I want to look if this author has any other books out because damn, it was good. I'm going to spin the wheel. So when we come back, I'll have the camera flipping around and we'll see what my next read is. Okay, so here we have the wheel, and now I'm going to click to spin. Let's see what we get. Second Chance Romance. Okay, so for that I'm going to be reading Damaged Goods by Talia Hibbert, which is really funny because I was just looking at, like, look, okay, hang on. If I grab this right now, this is going to be great. Show you guys. So that's amazing quality. Watch. So that's what I just read, Mile High, and right there is Damaged Goods. So let's actually click on it. And let us load. And it is 156 pages, so it took take me around about 3 hours to read. Awesome. Oh my god. So you guys know that I always like to be super honest in like all my vlogs. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. But so if you didn't watch my TBR video, you don't know what this book is about. And I'm currently 56% of the way through it. And so we're following Laura, and she was in an abusive marriage. And it was sexually abusive and verbally abusive. And when she got pregnant, she ended up running away and leaving her husband. And she returned back to like this place, and when she got there she ended up meeting her childhood sweetheart again, who she had like a 6-week romance with when she was 15, and it's about the two of them, like, you know, kind of rekindling their flame and, you know, Laura healing and things like that. And it's really good. I really love the romance between the two of them. The sexual tension, the steam between them is written phenomenally. I was worried going into this how the abuse and just like the trauma that she has from it would be portrayed, and it's portrayed very well. It's very believable, and it's very heart-wrenching, and it's hard to read. If you don't know me, I'm also someone who gets very emotional over books. I am a very empathetic person, and I can always connect to characters quite easily in certain ways. I don't know, I feel like just like literally bawling my eyes out. And it's not even like I've had a relationship like this. I've never been in any situation like this. It's just like, it's really hard to read because like she's just so broken from it. And like, it's just every single time, you know, like she says that she's sorry, or like there are certain like sentences that people will say, and then she'll like have like a bit of like a flashback to like that sentence like her husband would say it in a certain way. You know, there's like a lot of talk about like how she like told her family like, oh my god, like, you know, like that she's having all this abuse, and like they didn't believe her, and like it's a lot, and it's just really sad. But if you can't tell, this book's really amazing. I'm also sorry that like a lot of these clips are orange. It's just, it's my bedside table light is orange, and whenever I try and color correct the orange, it just makes everything look blue instead. So I hope you guys don't mind. I really hope. I think, like, really. But yeah, I'm just gonna go cry more over this book as I read it. Fun. Okay, who is ready for the next round? Click. Non-contemporary. That was King of the Mountains, I believe, which is a fae romance. Hey, so I finished the book. Was not my intention to not update you, but I kind of like went right through it, and it was really good. I'm kind of deciding exactly what I want to rate it because the ending was really quick. I do think things were solved a bit too abruptly for my own liking, but first let me actually explain what this book is about. So this is about a hedge witch, and which is like a green witch, and she is named Morgan, and she's like 500 years old. She's always kept to herself. She really just, she likes to live in her little cottage with all her plants, away from everyone else, in the middle of the woods, and she doesn't want anything to do with anyone because she's lived a very awful life in her 500 years. She's experienced a lot of things, and she just wants to be alone. That's all she wants. She just wants to be alone, okay? And then these three people come to her door one day, and she's like, oh god damn it. And they come in, and she speaks to them, and they say, hey, we need you to kill the Mountain King. And she's like, yeah, no, bye. And they're like, but you have to. She's like, no, I'm not, leave. And they're like, well, we know that you murdered these three people, so if you don't do this, we will get you put in magical prison. And she's like, well, shit, okay. So she goes, and she gets there, and it turns out that he's not at all what she thought he was gonna be like. And she does try and kill him. And they have like very similar power to one another, because the Mountain King is, in this way the fairy world works, is that there are 4 elementals that live inside 4 kings. And they are, you know, like the Earth King, the Winter Frosty King, the Flame King, and then there's like the Sea King. That's from what I can tell from like what each of the books are called. Anyway, where was I? So it's about her being with him, and then realizing that, you know, there's this elemental living inside of him, and she has to make the decision where, you know, if this elemental lives, it threatens the death of all humans in the human realm, but if it is killed, he also dies. It's their romance. It's really interesting because I feel like there's definitely more to it that could have been explained, because they do have this like really intense connection, and I thought that there was going to be like some deeper meaning to it, to like why they have this, other than them both having green magic, but there wasn't. So I was like, oh, okay. So I do think it's more of like a 3.5 than like a 4-star, just because there were a couple things that I just didn't totally jive with. but I did love her. Like, she was amazing. Like, to have such a badass, like, super powerful MC in one of these, like, paranormal books is awesome, because too often, and I find that like in my paranormal books, the females, the MC is normally like this human who is weak, and then she has like all these men around her that like do all this amazing stuff. But no, this time she's like this badass chick, and she like can hold up her own against him, and it's like really fun. So I definitely did enjoy it, and I'm actually really intrigued to read the rest of the series. Let's go into this. Let's see what this Smutathon wheel has to show us. Second chance, I already did that, okay. Oh! So, I got forbidden. I get to read my Katie Robert book. Okay, so this is, I think it's Forever Theirs, is this one. It's technically the second book, because the first book was a novella that I read last December. And we follow a girl who, it's like her 24th, 20-somethingth birthday, and she ends up going to this club, and when she gets there, she ends up meeting these two guys, and then they end up having like a threesome night thing going on, and then that's it. And then this book takes place with them meeting again after all these years, and it's going to be very good. Katie Robert book, I'm so excited, oh my god. I cannot believe how lucky I was. There were like a couple books that like I was really hoping to get when I spun this, and this was definitely one of them. This and the Sierra Simone Harmster Science were two that I was like, oh, please let me get one of them, so yay! Okay, that is all. I will catch you guys up tomorrow once I do some reading. Goodbye. Hey, so yeah, first two things, okay? First off, it's no longer Smutathon. I got distracted by a lot of life things. And now it's Thursday, so it's been 4 days since Smutathon ended, and I have not read a single thing. But it is Christmas Eve, so a lot of things going on, and I have another book I still need to read like on my TBR before the end of this year, so I don't really have the time to read Forever Theirs, even though it is like a book I really do want to read. I'm not in the smutty mood at the moment, but I do want to read a book, and that is going to be The Christmas Pact. It was on my TBR for Smutathon, I just didn't like get to it on my spins, but it is only 161 pages and it is Christmassy, and so like once Christmas passes, like I'm not really gonna read it. So now that it's Christmas Eve, I think today is a perfect day to read it, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm sorry if you're looking forward to Forever Theirs. I will get to it definitely in the new year. I plan on putting it on my 5-star predictions list. Hint hint, you know, was a little spoiler for you guys. But yeah, I'm not in the mood for it, and I'm not gonna force myself to read something I'm not really in the mood for right now, because I feel like that could then like affect a book that like I think I'm really gonna love. And so I'd rather read something kind of short and sweet that will just kind of get me more into the Christmas spirit than I already am. And yeah, I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm really excited to read it. And yes. Oh, and I also do really want to quickly unbox my Illumicrate for you guys. So I'm gonna do that right now, but if you don't want to watch my Illumicrate unboxing, just skip to this number up here. I am a rep for them, so in case anyone did not know that, I do have a code in the description box down below, which is Princess5, and you get 5% off any 3 to 6 month subscription. So this is the December box. Is the lighting okay? I can't tell. I'm like, keep looking at the viewfinder, it looks like a bit dark. It is like stormy outside, so that could also be it. I just hope this isn't awful for y'all. But yes, it did come a little worse for wear, but you know, it's fine. It's like coming out of the box. I'm very excited. So, oh my god, I need to open this even further. For the theme, which is A Legacy to Protect, and that is our December theme of 2020, the final 2020 box. Now the first thing I see is the mug for this month. They always have Rosie Thor mugs, and they are some of my favorite. They don't have them like all the time, but when they do work with Rosie Thor, they're like always some of the, they're like my favorite mugs. If you saw my unboxing for the Daughter of Smoke and Bone one, they had one in there, and I just like, I say that I collect them almost like, you know how people have those china cabinets with, you know, china in them that they don't use? That's like me in these mugs. You know, I display them, but I never use them. I have no idea what is lost. What fandom is this from? Am I even gonna recognize it? Oh, I think it's actually City of Brass, which I haven't read, but I do own. Okay, so here we have all the characters. Oh my god, it's so cool looking. I'm so excited to read this. Oh my way, this is awesome. Okay, so we have, I love these. I actually use these. Oh, it's a TBR. Okay, hang on, let me show you. So what we have is this like little list thingy, and so there's like a spot for your TBR, your to-do list, and then here are the days of the week, and it's like a little planner, but it's multiple little ones, like you do it as you go, and I love these because I'm such like an organizational list person. Then we have, I think this is the pin. We get a pin every month inspired by the book. Is this what it is? Yeah. So I'm just gonna show you it so you don't actually see what the book is to surprise you. So here it is. They're supposed to be tarot cards. It says Queen of Cups and this just says Queen of I don't know. But it's actually really pretty and I know it's totally gonna go with the book once you see it. Okay, this month we actually got 2 books. So one of them's like the monthly book, which is the hardcover with like all the specials, and then we actually got a paperback. So I'm very excited to see what this is gonna be. I actually have no idea. I know what the main book is, but this one I don't. So, are we ready? Oh! Sick! Okay, awesome! I love Karen and McManus, and I actually have not looked into this yet. So we follow cousins Aubrey, Millie, and Jonah Story, who receive a mysterious invitation to spend the summer at their grandmother's resort. They have no choice but to follow their curiosity and meet the woman who's been such an enigma their entire lives. The teenagers are determined to discover the truth, but some things are left better alone. I'm very excited for this. And it has black sprayed edges, which is really nice. Oh, you guys! Oh my stars! Okay, so I knew we were getting this binder, but I had no idea it was going to be inspired by Red, White, and Royal Blue. So it says, history, huh? Bet we could make some. By Casey McQuiston! Oh my god, okay, and this is a folder that you can put like your art prints into. So if you own art prints of certain sizes, you can just slip them into here. I'm a little confused, but we do have 2 magnets. I'm gonna have to like look to see who these are, but like they both have like, you know, happy here and then stoic here. But I don't know who they are. Maybe it's inspired by the book? Oh, let me find out. I have no idea, actually, who it is inspired by. It says, keep the Cowell family close with these magnets inspired by framed photos. If you have any idea, please let me know, because I do not. Okay, and then I think that I dropped, which is a nail file. So here's a nail file, and it says yip yip, and it has Appa on it from Avatar The Last Airbender. I love that. And then we have the book, which I had a feeling it was gonna be pink sprayed edges. I knew it. Okay, ready? Bum, ba, da, bum. The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. So on the back it says, only their sisterhood can save them. And then, well, as you know, it's got the pink sprayed edges, hot pink. And then we have a signed book plate. But this is about a sorority, but it's a coven sorority. So all the girls who are in the sorority are actually witches. So we follow 2 girls. We follow Scarlet Winter, and she is determined to be the sorority's president, but if a painful secret comes to light, she could lose everything. And then we follow Vivi Devereaux, and she has no idea that she's a witch, and so when she gets coveted to pledge to the Ravens, she vows to do anything to be a part of it. But Scarlet doesn't think that Vivi is Raven's material. When a wicked power rises on campus, the girls have to put aside their rivalry to save their fellow witches, because someone has discovered the Raven's secret, and that someone will do anything to see these witches burn. I'm very excited for this. I'm a little like hesitant for like sorority stuff, but since they're witches, I'm hoping that it's not gonna be like as stereotypical as I'm imagining. I'm really hoping. And it's like college set, which is really fun because I feel like we don't see a lot of YA books that are like college set, so it's gonna be really cool. Okay, so that was the box. Hey, okay, so it is actually Christmas Day. Technically it's Christmas night, it's 11:30 on Christmas. But I did read the entire book last night, the novella, and I liked it. I'm giving it like a 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't explain what this was about, but it's about a girl named Riley Kennedy and a guy named Kennedy Riley. And they both work for the same publishing house, but the girl, Riley, she works in the fiction division, and the guy, Kennedy, works in the non-fiction division. But because their names are so similar, people sometimes, you know, mess up the emails and send them to the wrong person, and this is about how this advice columnist that Riley had written to accidentally replies to the guy. And it then sparks this whole debate between the two of them. They end up meeting finally at the office Christmas party, because this year they merged the two offices. They really hit it off in a way that like they didn't really expect, and then he offers to be her date home for Christmas, like her fake date, so that her mum gets off her back, and she's like, no, I'm not doing this. And he goes, well, if I do this for you, like, then you can be my date to this wedding I have to go to. And she's like, okay, you know, like, obviously after like a lot of like not wanting to, she ends up saying yes, and that's what this is about. I expected it to be a lot smuttier. And I also think that the whole situation at the beginning, like the way that everything, the reason why they ended up, like, him proposing to be, like, her fake boyfriend, like, him saying it at all, it was kind of abrupt and, like, a little bit weird, which I know happens in novellas a lot, like, it's pretty common, but, I didn't feel it as much as I wanted to, but I did like it. I liked the chemistry that they had. I thought it was really cute. And, you know, it is the whole idea of, like, you know, they fall very hard very quickly, and there's, like, a lot of backstory for the two of them. I was actually quite surprised at, like, how heavy each of their backstories were, and how those were, like, in a novella, because I was like, oh my god, like, this is something that could totally be unpacked in, like, a full book. But, yeah, I did enjoy it. Like, you know, for a Christmas, you know, short novella, it's definitely solid, you know, it really got me into the mood yesterday, and today was really fun. And yeah, so I read 4 books for Smutathon-ish, but I did really get an amazing book out of liko, and she has definitely become an author that I'm going to read more of. I do own Get a Life Chloe Brown, so now that's like going to jump onto the top of like my 2021 TBR. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this Smutathon reading vlog. I know it's a little bit of a mess, like the back half of it, just because this week ended up being a bit more of a mess than I expected. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, thanks a bunch. Bye!